Yeah, whatever.
TMZ again, though. We can talk about TMZ.
Yeah, let's talk about TMZ a little bit.
I mean, they own like the dirt. You know what I mean? We've always made fun of like Star Magazine and all the tabloids, but it's like they're for real. You better look the fuck out for them if you're in the spotlight.
No, TMZ will fucking destroy your life for sure. Look at that, Slack went all the way. That's weird. All right, I'm gonna go hit record here in a second.
I know all about this shit.
And we're gonna get started. All right, everybody. It's WikiLeaks on Weed Hour. We got.
I'm all wrapped up in Kareem Hunt. He's all wrapped up in the show. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So let's just do it. Let's just fucking.
Whoa!
Yeah, no. You're ready. We're ready. We're going into this. We're going right into this. Hold on. I didn't record yet. Okay. 3, fucking 2, fucking 1. Boom.
Well, it's WikiLeaks on weed, and I was just like looking at Kareem Hunt and why he got released and all this nonsense. I look up at the screen, all of a sudden I see models of friggin' giant squid. Now I don't know my mind's blown already. This is not a good sign for the show. Mark, tell me Crunchlock, tell me what the hell's going on.
What's going on is we went right through this whole thing we're planning the show. Close the door. We're planning the show. And the scarecrow fell down. We're planning the show, and we're going through all these links. First off, everybody, we'll get to the Know Your Cephalopods in a second here, but first off, just a couple of things of interest here. Download the Brave browser and use it to watch us on YouTube live streams, because then you get some crypto, we get some crypto, everybody's happy. Do it. Thank you.
Larry's astounded right now.
Yeah, brave.com. Number 2, join the Slack. Down there on the bottom of the video, you can see the invite link to the Slack. You should join up and you should come hang out with us.
That's where I got led to my Kareem Hunt rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It led me into a different rabbit hole, which now I'm struggling to
Crunch Doug and Larry are on the Slack. Michael Gay Fox on the Slack. Corey Glynn on the Slack. Sheckelberg on the Slack. All these folks, Yuck Nathan from Yuck Yellowmouth Yuck Productions, who was supposed to be on the show tonight with us and fucking ghosted, you piece of shit, is on the Slack. And you should come hang out because it'll be fun. And Larry's typing some stuff in there. What up, everybody? What up? Live slacking on YouTube. Never been done before.
No. This is revolutionary in the history of everything.
Number 3, Twitter. Come check us out. Twitter.com/WikiLeaksOnWeed. You can also email us at podcast@WikiLeaksOnWeed.com.
That's where I swear we saw that thing.
Also on the bottom of the thing, we saw...
Remember that I was freaked out about? I don't want to get back into it.
Larry saw what he thought was an entombed, mummified child, but it was actually just Han Solo in carbonite.
No, it wasn't. It
was a phone case.
I just want to see the thing.
It was a phone case that was Han Solo in carbonite. So anyway.
Oh, God, thank you.
Welcome to WikiLeaks
I'm
on
losing
Weed.
my mind. It is WikiLeaks on Weed.
Nothing is beyond our Keef, except for...
the cephalopods. Gorilla right now is
cephalopods,
now. I'm not sure where I'm going.
Do you remember the conversation that we had last week, Larry?
Oh yeah,
about
was it last
tendrils versus tentacles?
Yes.
We were confused about which was which and what's a tendril, what's a tentacle, and all such things.
Will we give it a diagram?
But
did we find a diagram? I'd be lucky if we were given the diagram. I'd be even happier. But the fact that there's a diagram
No. Guest of the show and very good friend of the show, Michael Gay Fox.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Michael.
One of the things that happens on the Slack channel is that people send me octopus links because
I would.
Anytime, you've done it on text because people know that I just have a deep-seated visceral hatred of these things. Look at that fucking insert.
That's not an arm.
Piece of shit. That's an arm. That's a tentacle. Okay,
the difference is...
Yeah, we're looking at a picture called Know Your Cephalopods.
Oh, are we live streaming?
We're live streaming so everyone, for the audio folks.
If you're just wondering what we're talking about, you could get on with us and see what we're looking at on the screen. It's very possible. It's actually very simple, right?
Yeah.
Can you give me a quick step-by-step?
Go to youtube.com/WikiLeaksOnWeed or go to twitter.com/WikiLeaksOnWeed, and it's the first tweet there.
And then bam, you're on it.
You're looking at what we're looking at. So hop on right now, even though you can't because you would listen to this later. But later on,
if you're sitting in the car, then it's too bad. But what we're looking at is we got graph paper and we have squids and octopuses drawn out to show us what the difference is. This is
And
well done.
It is very well done. So last week we were talking about the difference between a tendril and a tentacle. And we found out
flora versus
fauna. Yeah, yeah.
Well, fauna. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, no.
Yeah, fauna.
Okay.
Animals.
Go ahead.
Animals
Yeah,
and
you're
plants.
right. Sorry.
So tendril, it belongs to a plant. Tentacle belongs to an animal. But a tentacle and an arm, an octopus has 8 arms. It has 0 tentacles. And so when people talk about octopi tentacles, you can be smarmy and say, "Oh, do you mean arm now?" Because it turns out they have arms that are just covered in suckers. But a tentacle is when you have like a long arm that has no suckers, and then what would you call this thing here?
At the end,
Yeah.
it would be like the death clamp.
Yeah,
Definitely be
yeah,
the
yeah,
death
yeah.
clamp.
So
if that gets to you, you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
So if you have a long arm and you have a death clamp at the end with suckers on it, then you have a tentacle. So let's go through
smooth surface ending in sort of more like a hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the arm is just totally filled with suckers, but a tentacle is an appendage that ends in a hand. So it's like you have an arm that is not a tentacle.
Yeah.
But then the tentacle is your hand, and that grabs shit and ugh.
No, the arrow for the tentacle is pointing at the part with no suckers. So the whole thing, the whole
You
appendage
can't even
is
look
a
at
tentacle.
graphs apparently.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah. This
So
whole
the
thing is a
fact that
tentacle.
It's
That's
just a
just
smooth thing.
Yeah.
That ends in a not smooth, horrible
So
death machine.
Yeah. So an octopus is problematic for a number of reasons, besides the fact that it has suckers all over its arm and it can kind of just suck you into its beak.
The RNA thing.
Let me-
It's a little freaky. I'll give you that.
Yeah. And
So
yeah, and plus they have beaks, we just reiterate, but a squid, this other thing, this Teuthida thing over here on the right
that's his propeller.
is, it's a squid thing with this little like,
That's
looks
a
like,
giant squid type thing, I think. I think that's a giant squid.
no, that's just a squid. That's a run-of-the-mill
Any
squid.
squid?
Any run-of-the-mill squid is going to have these things. It has 2 tentacles coming out of the side, so it can hold the side of your head in place, like it's going to face fuck you, and then just
But what are the
grab
things
you
right
with
here?
its-
What are those things?
Those are arms. It has 8 arms and 2 tentacles. So in a way, squids are worse than
Definitely.
octopus. So
Because they have 10.
they're on watch too. But what about these other cute, they got the cuttlefish.
Yeah, cuttlefish is pretty
Same
nasty.
situation. Male cuttlefish have 2 more arms than a female cuttlefish, apparently. So you have an 8-arm, 2-tentacle male cuttlefish, and you have a female with 6 arms and 2 tentacles. But then you have a nautilus. Look at this fucker over here.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they're on watch. They have 90 fucking tentacles, but no suckers on them. So they just have a death grip, but no tentacle. So you don't have to have suckers, apparently. It does say with some
I think
exceptions.
that they
here.
eat snails. So it's different. They just
Yeah.
want to be able to get the tentacles into the other shell and suck out all the goodness with their tentacles.
Yeah.
And then pull it out and be done with it.
Yep. And then we, down here, I don't know why they threw these in, but I think it's just, vampire squid.
Vampire squid? Oh, no, that's a real thing.
Oh,
No tentacles.
For sure.
8 arms is a... Wow, so why is it a squid? Hold on. It has 8 arms, no tentacles, and they have 2 filaments for capturing food. Oh, they must be very deep sea. Very deep sea.
Yeah.
They're just draggers.
I don't know what the distinction is, squid versus octopus.
I thought it had to do with... Yeah, obviously they're
Oh, okay. So octopus live in dens in the seafloor, while squids live in open oceans. Octopus use their 8 arms. Squid have...
8 arms, 7 suckers, 2 specialized
It's really... I
tentacles.
think it's really the difference between the seafloor and the open ocean.
It's odd, but they're very different.
They are, yeah.
You know, because a squid is built behind that sort of propellant system behind them, where an octopus uses its tentacles to make that. You know what I mean? When an octopus is swimming, it makes what a squid already has, sort of like that one big fin scenario.
Yeah.
Versus like what you got out front.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. But when the octopus swims forward, the 8 arms all work together as one, and they propel.
Well, they do all sorts of shit. They run. They go bipedal and they run on the bottom of the ocean.
Out for them.
Yeah.
Telling you the
I gotta say
crab
though,
one was awesome.
squid are freaky and octopus are freaky, but like Squid don't bother me as much as
Oh,
octopus do.
let's see, but like
Squid-
Humboldt squid are like aggressive. They eat their own. They eat you. They'll eat anything when they come up to
Yeah,
feed.
but they're still animals.
Oh,
they're still
but they're still a
just
6-foot creature that will grab
Yeah.
you with its tentacles by the back of your head and try to beak your throat. And
yeah,
eat
but you're
your
missing
face.
you're missing the point because that's still an animal. A tiger could do
Yep.
that to you, but I look at an octopus and that thing fucking looks back.
An octopus wants to escape from you.
Yeah, because it's
A
like
Humboldt squid will
self-aware.
come and try to kill you.
I know,
because they
but-
don't know any better. They just are they're like seek and kill Humboldt squid, which is the most dangerous squid I think in the world because they're the only ones that ever interact with people.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What's the most dangerous squid in the world? It's gonna be a Humboldt squid.
Let's look at this.
Larry, if nothing, knows his shit about animals.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, these fuckers. Yeah. This fucking thing.
Yeah, 6 foot. They'll come grab you. And then, yeah, they want to
Ugh.
beak your face. And especially, we'll see, this is it looks like it's during the day.
Yeah. Look at that maw.
They all come up at night, in like the Cedar Cortez and whatnot, in droves, and they eat their own. So if you get hurt or in any way maimed while they're all feeding together, boom, you're next on the menu.
Yeah. No, thank you.
And then, boom, they'll
Look
take
at these
that one down.
jackasses that just run up and grab these fucking things. They're like torpedoes.
They know 'em. Right, look at that. The beak's ready to come.
Okay,
but
so
they
you can
have it.
see. You can also see. There's a tentacle right here, and there's the arms. There's like the. So we're looking at the maw of some fucking marine, some poor research assistant to some marine
It's holding
PhD
a
piece of
juvenile,
shit.
it looks like.
Yeah, got a little baby one of these fuckers and is holding it, and the thing just reacts when you grab it, so it just goes and goes all like Blade 2 on you. It just
Definitely, there's no better representation than Blade 2x10 when it comes to like.
Yeah, this thing just
Your
opens
face
up on you,
opening
and
to
then you
eat.
can just see its little anus mouth just kind of going at you. So,
Oh,
but then you
all
can
the
see,
hooks and ladders that come to the.
yeah,
the
but you can
get
see
that beak.
that's the tentacle right there because it's
Oh.
coming out of kind of it's like its tongue. Anyway,
Ugh, that's a freaky
Yeah.
looking piece of machinery.
Anyway,
I'm
thank
telling
you.
you, Humboldt squid, much dangerous than every other octopus, just because
Yeah.
the octopus is planning to kill you later on, like 100 years away.
fuck
That
A.
isn't really taking into account what I'm saying right now.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact, right, an octopus is looking at you saying, yeah, I'm going to hide right now, but the rest of us will come in 12 years, and we're going to come out of the ocean and then just leak onto all of your faces, somehow wear your skin suits, and become you.
Ugh. Yeah,
Be interesting.
it would be very fucking interesting. I'll give you that.
Ugh.
right.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Frightened.
We're just gonna go check on the YouTube comments for a second just to see what's going on over there.
Goodness. Can we move on?
Yeah. We're
Frightened.
just gonna go check on the YouTube comments for a second. Good, not too much.
What are you dubbing in on? Can we move on?
Yeah.
Frightened.
We're just
I
gonna
like
go
being
check
dubbed.
on the
you're right. I already
YouTube
said this.
comments for a second.
Go
Yeah,
on.
we're gonna not do that. Okay.
Oh, it's just amazing watching Crunch Dog work in those particular scenarios, especially with me just chirping and yapping like I do. Just bam, 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 bam. Oh, it's
I gotta
fixed.
play like engineer, and I gotta do. If anybody out there that's like local to Rockport or whatever is listening to this, Bob, if you're listening to this, come over and engineer for us on Sundays. You're not fucking doing anything, so just go over.
You could help us out. We're a very successful show. Yeah, we just want to tell you, it's not a secret.
Yeah, what Larry said just then. All right, anyway, back to this gaping motherfucker.
I thought we were trying to do a real show here. What the hell's going on? Crunch.
Sorry about that. Sorry about
What
that.
happened?
Oh
I
man.
think a tripping gorilla just punched me in the throat.
Yeah.
Everything's fine though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good.
Doesn't matter if Larry ends up on the floor. We're still gonna get the show done.
All right.
Larry's gonna need some water.
All right.
Just kidding.
Well, we can't pause.
kidding.
There's
Show
no
me.
pausing now that we're live streaming. This is
Oh no, I already
you are
have
locked in. You
I already
can't
have a
even
canister
piss.
ready for my urine. It's not a
Yeah.
problem.
Our experiments with new media.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start pissing in bottles in the shed here.
I have a hard hat up there. That'll probably do it. It's up there for a reason. I don't need it. I don't know. That's pretty old.
does the
I don't think
act-
OSHA regs are probably not covering that hard hat anymore.
Larry, as somebody that's on a construction site often, does the act of putting piss in a hard hat and putting it on top of the new guy's head happen? And does it have a name?
Oh, you mean the actual piss and dumping it on his head?
Yeah.
Yeah, that calls get ready to defend yourself. Because it really doesn't matter on a construction site. If you dump piss on somebody's head, he's going to punch you in the face.
Somebody's going to get thrown
He's
down.
going to punch you in the face. And if you didn't, then right, he would probably be asked to leave at that point. If someone took a hard out of piss and dumped it on your head, you didn't fight that person, we may have to say, you know what?
This isn't for you.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You didn't punch that guy in the face? Get out. I don't
Even
care.
if it's a 17-year-old nephew of the new kid.
6'4" and 325 pounds, you should have punched him in the face. The rest of us would have jumped on the 300-pound guy afterwards and been like, I can't believe you just dumped all that piss on his head. You're in trouble. Because it's not like you can do, like, if you did that to someone on a construction site and there was a fight, then someone eventually is going to be like, well, I dumped a hard hat full of piss on his head, and that guy's going to be in a lot of trouble. But he's not going to be in a lot of trouble if nobody says anything because you didn't punch him in the face.
That's very interesting.
So that's why you would have to leave.
Yeah, what does this guy do?
I wouldn't want him on my crew.
Hanks.
Are you kidding me? Wouldn't want him on my crew.
All right.
It's weird stuff happens sometimes. The craziest person I've on my crew in like a fight scenario where there was, we're yelling, cops are being called. Lady running my gun came around the corner. There was two of them that I was dealing with.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
MF, C, B, T, C, H, all of it. The whole LGBTQ community was covered. Then it was me holding her back. It was great. She was losing her mind. And it was awesome because the other two were very frightened at that point. Because what are you going to do? We're all men. We can't fight women, unlike Kareem Hunt, apparently. You gotta see this video. Like, obviously, this guy's, well, whatever. He's a huge running back, multi-million-dollar guy. His buddies are, like, holding him against doing whatever the hell he's gonna do. They were trying to get these 19-year-old girls out of their hotel room after a night at the club, whatever.
The NFL
and then
is fending off a new
they're holding him back. Then he just can't not do something stupid.
At one point, the video shows Hunt kicking the
That was not him. Hunt was the other guy.
Kenneth Craig is here with the details.
So he smashed.
So everybody's fucking wasted at this.
To one of the
No,
best
and then
records in
apparently
the NFL. Later, Hunt
he does like the
charges
I
into a
shove
person
you.
standing next to the woman.
Like that was him back here.
So he shoved somebody else.
They're
Woman
trying to
is
hold
on
him
the
back. They're
phone
just
when a
fighting
man
to hold him
snatches
back.
it away from
They're
him.
like
As the
linemen trying to
altercation
hold him
ends,
back.
Hunt is seen kicking the
And then
woman.
boom, that's
Shit,
him
that's
again.
pretty fucking damning.
When
Where he just
Cleveland
kicks her and
police
she's on the
arrived,
ground.
They got two versions of what allegedly
Where it's like,
occurred
what,
the incident
dude?
since it
And,
happened.
and the funny thing is like your friends were like really, really, really trying to help you. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
times
they're
you
like,
break
dude,
down like
can you
those
not?
groups that it's like, oh, you're hangers on and you got them in trouble. Where it's like, no, these guys were doing their damnedest
To
get
get
to
him to
keep you
not-
out of this.
Yeah.
And yet you couldn't. And yes, kiss your millions goodbye, dude. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
how stupid can you be? Like, when you are fighting your friends because you want to go and do something
yeah.
to a 19-year-old girl, then there's got to be something. I mean, he had to be, maybe he was on something, maybe he was, I mean, you have to be blacked out. For me, it's like, oh, if I'm blacked out drunk, like, whatever. I could have done anything.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, I don't know. It's like, he's too calculated what he does at the end where he, like, he didn't really kick her, but he does, like, I put my foot on you and then I shoved you to the ground.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, it was
still
obviously horrible. But it's not
Pre-calculated.
it's not like he did a 1-2 and then kicked this woman in the face and her head snapped back.
we're already in
but-
the fucking right. He didn't murder the woman in
Exactly.
cold blood.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But then he so it's
I mean,
and then he lied to obviously Kansas City, the team that he played for, about it. So then they didn't really do anything, and the league didn't really do anything. There were no charges filed because none of this video is privy to the situation cops. Who knows why the Kansas City Chiefs don't know about this? Because TMZ is the one that bought it. Because TMZ actually rules the world of the people we feel are untouchable.
yeah.
They are
TMZ is
the front line of, you know what? Who are you? Do I care? Look at this.
Yeah.
Goodbye, you.
Right,
You're
right.
not you anymore. Now you're just one of us. And who else does that? I mean, Star Magazine and all the tabloids we used to make fun of. We used to, you read the headline, blah, blah, blah. And now it's
Yeah.
like, oh, Kareem Hunt kicks 19-year-old girl in hallway. And you're like,
Yeah,
ha, 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 ha,
yeah.
ha. But they're like, no. This is the hotel footage. This guy's going down. this is real. Like, are they actually like the real journalists right now? Like, it's like, no, we're not telling you something. We're going to show you something.
Well, what's the
You
question?
can judge yourself.
There's a lot of questions here. Let's just.
Well, people broke it down a million different ways. If you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, you're like, oh, he didn't really touch her ever, except for the foot.
I just don't fucking understand. This I asked what's the question because like I don't understand what the question is here. Like everybody's like deliberating this Kareem Hunt thing in the media and on social media. And it's like, what are you wondering about?
Right. Where it's like, who cares about everything else? Just look at the 19-year-old girl sitting there on her knees at the end of whatever just happened, and him walking over and just kicking her even lightly.
Yeah, this thing. No, that's
whatever,
a kick,
like,
dude.
but
That's
he
like
kicked her.
He
kicked her.
Why are you even qualifying it? He kicked
So
her.
it's
Like
done.
you don't. Yeah.
Right, and that's I guess what they're trying to say now. It's like we didn't know. The second we saw that leg land, it was like, it's over. Where it's like,
that's
sure.
the most damning fucking thing is this kick.
That's why it was like the Ray Rice thing. Like if you look at the Ray Rice elevator footage before, when the NFL only suspended this guy for 2 days because they didn't see this footage of him literally mark like heel hand.
Yeah.
Me to you, heel hand, kush, out, unconscious.
Yeah.
And what they had to go on, which was funny, was the footage outside where he dragged her out like
I remember that
caveman by her hair. But they said, "Oh, we didn't have the interior footage of the elevator where you see him knock her the f out." And it's wow, that's really weird that you guys would have one but not the other.
Look, I know you like I know you like the NFL.
But TMZ again,
and I know you like
the only
football.
people that make it happen. Well, I'm trying to get into. Like,
I was so happy when all those people were mad about the NFL and Colin Kaepernick kneeling because like all the rednecks were disavowing the NFL, and I was like, oh, good.
They're
like
losing their base.
Fuck abolish ICE, abolish the IRS if you're Ted Cruz. Just fucking abolish the NFL. Just get rid of it.
You're gonna die. Why?
Bunch of concussed, fucking juiced up,
That's
rageful
ridiculous.
young men are just beating the shit out of everybody and killing their families. And like
that's ridiculous. There's thousands of these guys that have done this. None of them have done that. I mean, you go to the WWE. Take on
fuck them.
Take on those guys, because I mean, half the guys you're talking about, that's them. Chris Benoit, that's him. He killed his whole family and then killed himself. And
No,
guys that fall from the.
Who's the Hernandez guy?
What?
Who's
Aaron Hernandez killed some gangbangers.
Yeah, I don't know. This,
the only problem that I have.
Well,
with him
they're
is that,
all beating their girlfriends and women. There's so much of that.
He never beat anybody. He just killed other gangbangers because they knew he was gay.
Yeah, the guy that killed
It was a gay
gangbangers
thing.
never
With
beat up
him,
anybody.
that's why he
I'm
killed
sure.
people.
I'm sure he never beat up anybody. The guy that murdered gangbangers in cold blood because he was gay never got in fights or anything, or never beat the shit
Yeah, but
out
I
of
don't
people.
think he.
Look.
Well, his wife has ever come forward and be like, he beat me up.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so there's not all NFL
I think
players
he came
do the
from like
thing,
that
but fuck
broken
'em anyway.
family where it's like you never beat a. Well, no, there's a lot of guys that came from that place where it's like mom raised me. And it's like you never beat a woman. No.
Yeah,
That's for real. That's for real. A
this is
lot
going on
a lot of people came up that way, where it's like no, that's against the rules.
Right. So I'm just gonna add it to the list. I'm just gonna add it to the ideas list.
Let's look into how do you do in prison because you ended up there because you beat up a woman. You're gonna do poorly if anyone finds out that you're there because of assault and battering a woman.
Oh yeah.
You might go into protective custody.
Yeah.
So so that's generally frowned upon by the hottest members of our society. Is you don't do that or we'll fucking beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, but they don't have brains that look like you've been hit in the head with baseball bats for 20
What do you
years.
think? Every guy who's a gangbanger that's been in 100 fights, like your favorite thing with the guy 976 fights. Where it's like, yeah, all right, and now you're concussed and you're retarded. You know what I mean?
What? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use that word. That was a terrible word. I never should have used that word.
What's your like?
I was only
Where do you
kidding.
get
I was
your-
just throwing that out there. Just
gangbangers.
because it's Vin
Where's
Diesel.
your,
No, Vin Diesel. No, that's Vin Diesel in that movie with the gangsters where he's like, no, remember?
Yeah, but that's a movie.
I
The
thought that
NFL
was-
is a real thing where real people bash their heads together like
Yes, continually, every day.
100 to 200 times a day.
Yeah, and most of them don't end up with too many problems.
Yeah, we don't know that yet. I mean, there's still going
It's
to
a
be
bazillion. It's
Well-
what is it? 12 billion is the contract with the television companies with the NFL.
Oh yeah,
for
this
the
is.
product.
Let's get into it. Let's get into the actual
So, I mean,
numbers of how much money is spent
We live
and
in,
made.
do we not live in a world of capitalism?
This is what I'm saying.
Well, this is the problem. No. What you should be thinking about is not about these players. You should be thinking about the owners, because right now their share to the players, if you knew, because you know what these players do.
All right, how about this? How
They
about
have a-
this?
No,
Let's change
check it.
this.
I think they have a 1/3 share.
How
So
about
there's
we do this?
32 guys
Let me do that.
make 66% of the money. Okay. Wait, what?
Nationalize the NFL.
No. That's ridiculous. Well, maybe. Hold on.
Not a private industry anymore. You can't just. What if we just nationalized the NFL, made it a public option, and
It is in some cases. The
yeah,
Packers,
that's
like
right.
I
There's
said, are
yeah,
publicly traded.
yeah. What if you just make the whole NFL like that?
Oh, good. I would do that.
Okay, there you go. Boom.
That's
See,
how you
this is
fix-
why we
that's how
get
you
the
fix- that's
ideas
how you
done.
fix the NFL.
Yeah, boom. Nationalize the NFL.
That's how you fix the
done.
NFL. The NFL is the Packers. Just say the NFL is the Packers. Okay.
There we go. I'm glad we got through that.
Yeah. No,
that was
no.
good. Okay.
Because you know what? The Patriots would still kill everyone. Because all the money's here, and we would invest heavily.
Yeah.
Because then we could. And then New York would be a lot better.
Dude, my brother was sounding.
See,
like
that's
you.
the problem. No, there'd be electoral college. Then we'd have to make for the NFL. Instead of be like, nah, just because we live in Cleveland doesn't mean that we have to sack forever, which they already do with draft picks. And
Oh, yeah.
If you end up last, you get to draft
unbelievable.
first.
Right.
Well, from the new college class that we don't pay, which is something we should get into because
Oh, I'm
it'd
all.
be interesting to know about. I mean, you would like that about sports. Just be like, wait a minute, how many millions of dollars does this school make on this football program? Tens of hundreds of millions of dollars. How much do you pay the students? Well, they're just getting an education. How many of them are you paying to be on scholarship? All of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
so
start.
you're paying them for their education and making bazillions on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm failing to compute something in this particular scenario of how this is
Yeah.
fair.
You know how easy it is for a college to give a student a scholarship? Do you know how
Well,
fucking
8 of them, really.
easy?
You know what I mean? Like when it breaks down.
They have to do zero-
perennial winners.
Zero extra work is on the part of the university for giving a student a scholarship. Zero. The infrastructure is already there. Come on.
Well, it's the year before. If you were number 1, number 2, number 3 the year before, then
Yeah.
boom, you're done. It's like, hey, you want to come to a number 3 school? You want to be the best? You want to compete with the best? You want to blah, 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 be the best? Blah, 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 blah. Then there it is.
My dad used to be the wrestling coach at
Wrestling coaches, I have to say, are the worst. So I feel for you, brother.
Yeah. No, he wasn't a bad wrestling coach. There was. I'll tell you a story in a second about the worst wrestling coach I ever knew because it is a fucking story.
Mel Yell was a
No,
coach that I knew. His
Mel
literally,
Yell, yeah.
literally his
Yeah,
name
yeah,
was
yeah.
Mel Yell.
Hold on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But my dad used to have to go to like the principal's office like every week being like, we need Troy and we need John and we need this person for a match. I know they're suspended, but can we just have them come wrestle, please? So he had to like every time because they were the worst fucking kids in the high school that were on the wrestling team. They were just all the troublemakers, like the family names that you knew, like the Prockets. You just knew that
Really?
you knew that name and you were like, yeah, they were like
I'm trying to remember if that was. I guess maybe that was the way at my high school, but I think it was fairly
It was a
serious. at
new
my-
wrestling
it was
program,
serious. Okay, because it was.
Yeah.
It had been there for a long time and it was relatively serious.
I think they were like dumbass kids that like thought it was like pro wrestling or something. Like I think a few of them thought that they were getting into like pro wrestling.
If I give the guy the cutter, is that good?
What do you mean there's no ropes?
What am I supposed to jump off of?
But the worst coach I ever saw, I forget his name. He was Coach Lashman, and he had sons. He had like 3 sons, and one of them was DC Lashman.
Okay.
Now, all his sons were in the wrestling program, and he would fucking scream at them. And even if they won, he would
All
still
over
pull them
them. Yeah,
aside
no.
and be like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, what the fuck is wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah.
Just
Their
be hard on his sons in
entire-
front of everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody...
I've seen that before.
Everybody was visibly like, fuck.
It's wrong with this guy.
Yeah, like, you know, and people pulled him aside and was like, hey, dude, like, you're making... This is a tournament with, like... Oh, no, don't pee in the hard hat. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Just go.
No, finish
the story. But so anyway, all through their high school careers, this guy was on about this. Now DC was the star.
Okay.
He was the one that was gonna get to the nationals and stuff like that, and he fucking did. And he got to the
in one state and went to nationals.
Went to nationals.
Yeah.
Got to first place in the nationals.
Okay.
And was gonna go for the title. Was gonna like the final match or whatever. And I shit you not, this kid just quit wrestling that day.
Because of that guy?
Yeah. It was just like,
You know what? Fuck him. And
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and just walked away and never, just completely shattered his father's dream of living vicariously through him.
Much respect. Much respect.
Yeah.
That takes big balls.
I know.
And that is a big middle finger.
All right.
Well
We'll take
done.
a quick break
Well
here.
done.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Never. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. Now I'm checking on our socials. I put the halt screen up again. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo!
So
Man.
fuck that Lashmate guy. But you know who don't fuck?
This guy
Probably literally don't fuck this guy and also
All around.
Yeah.
Or around this guy. The
Yeah,
fuck around this
don't
guy.
fuck in, on, beyond, around this guy. Fuck with him. Fuck with watching this video a little bit.
We are gonna. A little bit.
Yeah.
Because
But-
he's the beast.
Ladies, this is not your man.
Look the fuck out for this guy.
As you can clearly see, this is a cactus, and it's very spiky.
There's two. There's two cactuses. For those who aren't going to be. One's bigger than the
This is
other.
the true test of mind over matter.
I'd say one is 5
I
inches.
feel
the other
lightheaded
one is
right now,
4.5.
but that doesn't matter. I am the
This
LA Beast.
dipshit apparently watched some other
And this
dipshits once eat a
is
cactus.
the
And
cactus
this man
munch
eats cactus.
Yeah.
Well,
challenge.
no, this man is a professional eater. People watch him eat.
And he's 100%. No, he's not. I think he just does other pranks, but he's just a jackass derivative. He's like.
Oh,
Yeah, no, literally.
I mean, he
He's
just
like a
did the
guy
like,
who's-
I'm so and so, and this is blank, which is like totally the
Yeah,
jackass.
yeah.
okay.
So, I have spikes.
Oh,
I swear, I think he still did something to these, but at the end, he does end up touching it
I have
involuntarily.
spikes in my
He has
lips.
spikes stuck in him.
Okay, and then you skip it. He eats 2 cactuses though. But the best part of the video is at the end.
Everybody's gonna be ready.
He takes his final bite and he says,
I'm done.
he's dramatic music. He's like cringing and writhing in pain.
Really hurting. He's gonna puke.
Takes his last bite.
Oh,
Tears in his eyes. His body's
he's
crying.
crying. He's crying.
Like beast has shed a tear, friends.
He's still chomping. He
Spits out the last bit. Fuck
spits
this.
it out.
I'm done.
He's
We
done.
missed it.
I'm the LA Beast.
7:30.
No.
That was the cactus munch. Have a good day.
But it's around 7:25.
I do want to see it.
Here it is.
That's good enough. Oh,
Buddy runs out and then eats a wall.
Yeah,
Just eats a wall
it's pretty clever.
and he's down in the corner
Well, I got to thank you to Sad Face who sent us
just
that
to
one.
make him laugh.
Yep.
Well, he had a mouthful of cactus
Yeah.
after being done with 2 cactus. He did eat the first cactus to the dirt. He literally says, I burnt my mouth right out. There's a lot of that happens.
Yeah.
This part,
Little bit of Tina
look
in
at my
my
head. I
eyes.
touched him.
Little bit of
So it's
Erica,
kind of
little bit
ridiculous.
fun.
But at the same time, that motherfucker ate 2 cactuses.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty good.
I give him some respect, in some weird way, I guess. He's like a ridiculous pain tolerance. I still say he shaved at least half of them.
You think he shaved them down? Probably. I mean, yeah,
He
you got
showed
to cheat a
you
little bit.
them up close in the beginning, which I forgot. They
It
look
says
pretty
right at
good.
the beginning too that it's like this was done under the watch of medical personnel, which is like a doctor just being like, "Yeah, don't do that."
Definitely don't
Like,
do
all
that.
right, yeah.
We're gonna get your tweezers. Everyone
Yeah,
get
yeah.
your tweezers. This is
He's like,
gonna
the
hurt
only way
you.
you can do that is if you shave him down a little bit. He's like, all right, I'll shave him down.
These are obviously non-poisonous cactus.
Yeah,
obviously.
you can't.
We can't.
Can't fuck
He's
with
not
the
going to get
poisonous
too high
cactus.
after the end of this.
No.
They're very peyote.
No, peyote's just a little button.
I've eaten peyote.
I've never eaten peyote. No.
I didn't eat enough peyote. We put them in burritos, and we were supposed to. I guess you're supposed to fast and then just eat the
Yeah,
peyote.
it's supposed to just be a whole thing, you know. Yeah,
But
that's dumb. Yeah.
We put them in burritos and tried to not get too crazy with it. I guess we didn't end up. It was a good night. It was a good night.
Yeah,
We were up in where the hell were we?
I don't know. All right, so
We were in
I don't know, we
California.
got some
We were
fucked
at-
up.
We were at a lake that was salt, and it was all the rocks were like white chalky, and if you threw it into the water, they would hiss and bubble.
That's
So it was
fucked
pretty
up.
weird. Jerry was playing on the stars for us that night a little bit,
Yeah,
but not a lot. Not as much as we kind of like went to a place like, oh, we're gonna do this, and then we screwed it all up.
we're gonna go to the desert. We're gonna be just like Jim Morrison. It's gonna be so fucking
No,
cool.
we were up in UW. No, we were in Washington State. That's right. We were up in the U. We had just got some UWs. We were doing good. That was apparently some weed back then.
Okay, some
The
UWs.
UWs, yeah. And we were all good to go. All ready.
Yeah,
We just didn't sack up and just eat the peyote. We shouldn't have mixed it.
ugh. All right, well, you know what's fucked up is this
That's-
foie gras shit.
That's kind of what it was. Keep going down.
Oh, maybe it was that.
Maybe that's what it was.
Okay. Oh,
Maybe that's
God.
what it was.
Kate Winslet exposes. I don't want to watch. You can see what's going on in this video. I don't really want to press play.
Foie gras is like a, yeah, it's a thing
I know
that
what this
you
shit
eat
is.
and
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to think about it.
Yeah, it's like you go
It's
to
like
like
McDonald's.
yeah.
You
No,
didn't-
no, but it's not at all like McDonald's. It's the opposite of McDonald's because it's like high class food. You
Yeah,
go to
you
like
pay
a
through the
fancy restaurant to get foie gras, which is like these people just force feed these fucking ducks and geese to like
in cages.
to fatten them up
grow
and make their
yeah.
liver all fatty and fucked up. So they're like suffering externally
Every day.
and internally every single day because they're just like
They might not be suffering
Force
just because
feed-
they
no,
don't know any
nah.
better,
I don't.
but I bet they
I think
are.
there's just
You never know.
visceral
Animals
feeling
are
of
stupid.
just suffering. Yeah, but you know pain and you
A
know
lot
not
of them
being
are.
in pain.
A
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of them are.
This thing does
But
not
if you
look
never
happy.
knew any better, and its parents were raised like that, then it would think that that was normal.
It's
it
called
would.
it's called generational trauma, my
I'm
friend.
not
That's
saying that
a-
it's good. I'm not condoning its behavior. I'm just saying that to
Maybe,
that
yeah,
particular
yeah.
duck, it might not be the end of the world. Where it might just be like, yeah, keep feeding me. I don't know what's wrong with my liver, but I'm happy right now. I don't
So
know.
many ducks died from ruptured organs resulting from overfeedings that workers who killed fewer than 50 birds per month were giving a bonus. If you kill less than 50 birds a month, you get a bonus.
All right. Well, see, this is why I don't like to put my tongue in front of my face.
Yeah, confined up to a
I
dozen
know how
times.
bad this is.
Anyway, yeah. But the fucked up
And
thing is
this
like
should be stopped. I mean,
just so rich people can have
foie gras.
foie gras. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
There's no reason. There's literally no reason to do it to these animals.
Yeah,
That is the only
reason. Somebody figured out at some point that eating chicken liver or like
Was
goose
good.
was like that if you cook this.
I don't
into
mind
some
eating
kind of
chicken
chicken
liver. We eat
Yeah.
a lot of them chickens.
Then they figured out, if
You
the
can't
liver is a
have
little
a
bit
cage
more
of chicken.
fatty, then it's more
Then it-
tasty.
Then it creates.
And then somebody was like, "Ka-ching!" If
Wait
I
a
just-
minute.
Yeah. Can I have a-
Wait a minute. Let's just feed these ducks nothing but fat and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrible. I don't know. That to me that's like
Yeah. All right. Animal
we
cruelty
should
case
just
number
make,
1.
We should just make China do it.
Yeah. Animal cruelty case number 2. I struggle with this
still
one
wanna
because
know-
this
I
sounds
still wanna know
so
what the
fucking
hell
stupid.
happened.
Yeah.
I want to know what the fuck happened.
We did look at this article, and some Air Force Falcon was fucked up in a prank.
But within the article, we have failed to find what the prank was. What
Yeah, so
happened
we're
to
gonna
fucking
dive.
prank.
We're gonna do a deep dive.
So, first of all, when you send
was
us
a-
something like that, please
Yeah, read it first. How about you read it first
give
before you send it to
give
us?
us the skinny so that we can know what happened to the bird.
All right.
Because
Maybe it's
we're
on
just
YouTube.
dumb and we missed it. But I mean, Crunch Dog looked it over, so
All right, we got a video here. Let's
means
just check this out. It says loading ad. I'm not psyched about that. But
yeah. See, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now we have to load an ad. I'm very upset.
No, but we don't
Army
because
officials
there's
at West
three
Point
different types-
apologized and are promising a full investigation after a mascot for the Army, or the Air Force Academy, I should say, was injured during a prank. The Falcon, named Aurora, was injured on Saturday before the annual rivalry game between the two service academies. She was allegedly taken from an Army colonel's home and then hurt in the process. The 22-year-old bird was flown to Colorado Springs, and she's showing signs of improvement.
I
which
get
is-
it. I get what happened. So
Oh,
some
God,
dumbass
they-
students were like, "Let's break into the guy's house,
Let's
steal
grab
it,
the fucking Falcon."
and they don't know how to handle a goddamn falcon.
So
a,
it hurt
goddamn-
its wing.
a raptor. You're gonna break in and try to steal a raptor, a bird
Hopefully
of
it would
prey
be, like,
from
in a cage where it's
fucking
like-
idiots.
You weren't dumb enough to take the whole
Yeah.
goddamn cage. Take the whole fucking cage. That way the bird. No, it probably it'd probably still fly around and hurt itself.
I hope your fathers gave you boys a thorough dressing down.
That's for sure. I
really
hope
hope that they give
that-
you a strong, stern talking to.
that
and
whatever that school is with the points doesn't take you. That's for sure.
not
That's
be allowed
ridiculous.
back in the
That was an
jacuzzi. You will
albino
not be using my
falcon.
jacuzzi this weekend.
Do you know how many of them you can find in the wild?
I am
None.
very upset.
That's right.
So,
All
yeah,
of you.
okay. So yeah, I mean, okay. So some dumbasses broke in. Poor bird. This poor fucking bird is just like.
Yeah,
please,
let's just fuck with the bird.
Please
because
stop
we're
making
probably
me-
gonna lose.
I just
Air
wa-
Force.
I want to fly around and kill
I mean,
mice.
West
Please,
Point.
can I
Wait,
just-
who are they playing?
who fucking cares? I don't know.
That's a good point. You know
Yeah.
what? That's an excellent point. Who the fuck cares? Don't fuck with the bird,
Alright,
dummies.
This is sad.
well,
Sudden death of baby elephant leaves Oregon Zoo staff heartbroken. So this fucking thing just died.
baby died. You don't know what happens when you cage creatures that aren't supposed to be caged?
Yeah, dude. Zoos are so
Weird
depressing.
stuff happens to their genetics, and then every once in a while, one of them dies.
R.I.P. Lily.
They're not supposed to be in a cage.
Yeah. My kids love the zoo, and I'm like there being like, ugh.
I hear you. As much as you want to say it's not a cage, I hear you, but you know, it can't go wherever it
We didn't.
wants.
I like subconsciously boycotted the Topsfield Fair this year. My daughter was like,
Oh.
I want to go to the Topsfield Fair, and I'm like, yeah. And I told her, I was like, they got that like sad elephant there. And,
Thanks
like,
to the sad elephant was not working,
Oh,
or the
good.
sad camel when
Yeah.
we went through, so we didn't have to go through the awkward process. We just went on the very sad horse.
yeah, right. Yeah, and I'm like, this thing is clearly just bummed out.
Looking at every single person there, I'm like, I'm gonna put you on the gives a shit category on these animals. About a
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Hoping for an 8. Hoping
know.
for an 8.
She's like, we can bring him peanuts. That'll make him happy. And I'm like, that'll give that, to coin the James Bond.
And
that
who
would-
knows?
He'd get a
I mean-
quantum of solace.
I guess my point with this is that, you know, anything genetically could have been wrong with this baby elephant. They'll probably find out in a week when they do an autopsy. Oh, it had a huge tumor in its brain, and that's why it died immediately.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I mean, we haven't looked into this. Who knows why? Maybe all vital signs were good, but it doesn't matter. It's a captive animal,
Yeah.
and sometimes they die.
Right.
Why can't we make pandas have sex? Oh, because we put them in cages. That's why.
Yeah, right.
If they weren't in cages, they'd probably have sex all the time.
Yeah.
But
Then they're like,
we
what's the
cage
fucking
them,
point?
and then
Yeah.
every once in a while, it'd be like, "Hey, you're supposed to have sex now." The other one's supposed to have sex now.
Yeah.
It's like my wife. She looks at me like, "What am I supposed to have sex now?" And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
God,
you're-
that's right.
you're trapped
We have
in
to
this
go to
cage of
dinner.
family
I have to
and-
like
yeah.
do things. I have to clean the house. I have to rub your toes, rub your back, rub your neck."
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just making generalizations, but
I know what you're saying.
it's too bad.
I know what you're saying.
It's too bad
Yeah.
for this one particular elephant, but I'm sure that the other captive elephants will be happy to make more captive elephants for us,
Yeah. Absolutely.
which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Let the elephants go. Whoever dies because they don't know how to deal with an elephant,
Yeah.
just consider it to be, you know, just exigent circumstance.
Let's move on to something a little more. uplifting, if you will.
With the
Is it
Bat Kid?
still- Yeah, the Bat Kid. Bat Kid's cancer free. This guy that his kid wanted to be Batman before he died.
He was. And then he did not
He was
die.
Batman, and then he didn't die. Yeah, he was cancer free. He's doing great. Good for him.
He beat it.
Yeah. Does the Make a Wish? Does the Make a Wish Foundation have to keep all their take all their memories back?
Is that really Christian Bale?
No, it was his dad. I think maybe it was Christian Bale. Was it?
That would be awesome.
Oh, maybe it was. Control F. Christian. No, not Christian Bale. But yeah, this kid's like, yeah, hell yeah,
Look at him. He's got hair.
yeah. It's to be Batman.
That's awesome.
It's
That's,
awesome.
But that is a heartwarming
Very
story.
feel good. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Obviously, anybody that beats cancer, we all know they had their
Yeah.
back to the wall. They had to deal with what it takes to be free of cancer in most circumstances, which is pain, nausea, horrible living conditions, just in general.
Yeah.
So, all props to the Bat Kid.
This is also very heartwarming. This is a new blade thing so she could walk. So she's showing off walking to her friends and stuff, and her friends reacting to her first time. Very cute, very good.
That's when you can click. Wow. Yeah, let's hear it, Ronnie.
And the kid doing the right thing, be like, watch, I can run just as fast as you guys.
Oh yeah.
That is, I'm smiling, Gary's smiling. I love stuff like that.
There you go. Boom. So yeah.
Oh,
Leave on a
heartwarming
high
story.
note.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Uh-huh.
Now hit me with the sucker punch.
Boom.
Oh, there it is. Wow, bullet outbreak. There we go. Bonus sounds good.
All right. So after that heartwarming, nice little tearjerker of a
God.
video.
I thought we were done with Ebola.
No, the Democratic Republic of the Congo is supremely fucked up with Ebola.
Oh, why? Is it warlords?
Well, let's find out. Let's find out why it's so hard.
Go with warlords. For 1,000 Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the warlords.
warlords. It might be this guy. No, that's the head of the world.
Oh, it can't be a white guy. He couldn't have done it. No way. Wait, we're in Africa. Couldn't have
Yeah,
been.
I need a summary of this summary.
Yeah, it's called they live in horrible poverty, so viruses like this
Yeah.
are prone to be able to live and breathe and do what
my
they
God.
do and
Look
augment,
at this picture.
mutate.
They're
Just burn 'em.
Burning? No, it's the mattresses that they slept on. They're burning the mattresses in like the middle of the jungle. Yeah, it's just so fucked. Vaccines, and this is just like a poster explaining the symptoms of Ebola.
And 4 children hanging out front.
Reading it, yeah. Oh yeah, so it's political upheaval. So these are the main opposition, the Congolese opposition to the ruling party, which is probably
A bunch of dicks.
a bunch of dicks. Yeah, a bag of dicks are running the Congo.
Oh, good. So everyone's gonna
And-
die, but the bag of dicks don't care because they're not gonna die.
Yeah, because they
Who the bag of
consider-
dicks here?
Let's see, Congo bad guys.
Warlords.
Okay, here we go. Bum, bum, bum,
Why the
bum.
Congo is the most dangerous place for women? Oh well, that's because they do this weird sort of rape there. I
It's
didn't know if
called
we were
rape?
gonna get into this.
Yeah.
No, it's not
it's a
just
different
rape.
thing.
It's a rape.
I
It's a
don't
rape
wanna-
so that you can never have. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad. It's really
It's
bad.
not.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's a problem. I'll tell you that. It's a problem. If it was happening in the United States, it would be a problem. I'd be armed. I would shoot 7 out of 10 people that I saw.
Yeah.
I
just wanna
for
find out
I
who
would-
the-
if that happened in the United States, I would have 7 guns.
You're talking about FGM.
No. This whatever. rape they
Okay.
do with the thing
Who's
on
the? All right, here we go. President Joseph Kabila.
Yeah, is probably close to being overthrown.
Yeah, but he. So this is like.
You know,
Oh,
it's
okay,
hard
so
to
the
read most
ADFL.
of this stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly.
All right, yeah, we're just
It's
bombing
like
on
he
this
survived
Congo thing.
genocide, and that's why he's in charge. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't live there. We don't like to think about that. Do you want to do a show about why Africa sucks? We could do that.
We could do. I mean, we should dive into prisoners' geography if we're gonna do that. We should get into like the actual like layout of Africa.
Yeah, because
and
it's
talk about
hot and there's a lot of sand.
it. Also, not a lot
And
of.
they're fucked.
It's all smooth
No
coastline.
natural resources.
Yeah. Apparently, you
Yes.
need a jagged coastline to have harbors and stuff, and there's like all Africa's
It's
just
all
all
sand.
smooth coastline.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can't really do shit with.
It's just one beach.
Yeah,
But if you go 10 feet into it, you'll be eaten by 7 different things. Not okay.
Yeah, untamable, man. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then you go on the ground, and it's the outback forever.
Yeah,
I love how Australia does like to talk about their outback, which is true.
and a
Michael
lot,
Gay
yeah.
Fox, we know all about that. But
Right.
it's not Africa.
I mean, the thing of inside Prisoner's geography that he gets into is like, you can't have a conversation about Africa or South America or even the Middle East to an extent without talking about the practice of like colonizers going in and drawing artificial borders on the maps. So just like, let's circle all the oil fields and that's Iraq. And then we'll over here, you know, where the really good oil fields are, that's Kuwait. And that's a different thing, you know. And
Yeah,
they're like,
that's
no,
ours.
intertribal politics right now doesn't allow for just like these neat borders to be drawn. You know, so it's like,
No, I think they've been trying to push against that for quite some time now.
yeah. And like with South America, everybody talks about Venezuela. They were eating rats in Venezuela, and it's like, yeah, there's a dictator that was installed by us a long time ago that led to, you know, like all these different things.
We don't like to really talk about things like that.
Yeah. And they circled
and
like encircled Belize, Bolivia,
and Argentina. And
yeah.
Not really as much Chile because the mountains kind of divide them off. They can kind of make wine and do whatever they want. They're fine.
Right.
Colombia,
Colombia is not in a good place.
we've infiltrated Colombia.
Oh yeah. Like the death squads that we send down there and stuff.
Those governments, yes,
Yeah.
we've been entrenched in there for a long time.
Yeah. And so it's just like people just think that like history doesn't exist and you can just start talking about stuff from the present moment. Like, well, they're fucked up. Look at that. Look at look what they did to themselves.
People. Yeah, because the conquistadors told them that was a good idea.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that they were gods. And that, that's how the Mayans got wiped out.
Yeah.
And then, you can keep going. Sure. I don't know. Yeah, but once you get into the Middle East, though, that's where we kind of threw up our hands and walked away.
Yeah, because we
Except
saw.
for now.
Yeah. We saw some of the richer parts of Afghani culture, and we were like, oh, fuck.
Damn it.
Ugh.
We all really like heroin in this country.
Yeah.
How about a war?
Yeah. What
How
are we
about
gonna
20
do there?
years? We'll be fine.
Exactly. So yeah, let's play it out. Let's play it out, folks. Congratulations to Miles Scott, Bat Kid,
Seriously,
and
beating cancer is the way to not die.
dude, beating cancer rules.
Beating cancer is you get
Beating cancer is like the best fucking thing.
Yeah, but being a Trumpster in 2007
Not the
was
best thing.
sort of a different taste.
So,
but it depended on what audience apparently you played it to.
We're gonna just let John S. Hall play us out here.
This is a little
Here we go.
unhinged, but all right.
From New York City, please give it up for John S. Hall.
America totally kicks ass. Strongest nation on earth. Nobody can kick our ass. Nobody can fuck with us. We are motherfucking hard, like a gangster with a 9 by our side, except there's no 5-0 gonna roll up and beat our ass down, and we're not really criminals because there's no international law. No international law because there's no international courts, and there's no international courts because we refuse to recognize any court that might ever try to stop us from doing whatever the fuck we want. No trials, no courts, no laws for America, so we can do whatever the fuck we want, and we're not even criminals. Doesn't that kick ass? What an excellent country. And we've gotten rid of our hypocrisy, too. We used to make bullshit excuses for whatever it is we wanted to do. We would tell the world it was because of human rights, or that country's a dictatorship, or they attacked first. We don't do that anymore because we understand. We don't have to justify ourselves. We don't have to tell the rest of the world shit. We do whatever the fuck we want for one reason and one reason only. Because we can. And all those other countries, they can suck our dick. They can bend over and take it up the ass, because the rest of the world is America's bitch. Half the world works for pennies a day to make us fat and rich. The deal is they maybe get to eat, we get cheap clothes, cheap oil, whatever the fuck we want, and if they don't like it, they can suck on it, because the rest of the world is America's bitch. What are they gonna do? Gang up on us? Ostracize us? Let them fucking try. We are America, and we will fuck them up. And if they ever try to hurt us, we'll just use it as an excuse to go even more medieval on their ass, because we can. Because America's all powerful. America kicks ass, and America doesn't have to answer to anybody unless or until God or the space aliens come to kick our ass.
But that's kind of scary. 2007, it's almost as if Trump was like,
This is what I need to do.
this is exactly